Good morning, everybody. You thought I hadn't turned my mic on? I had you there. Oh. Good morning, recruiting gym junkies. I hope you're well. The plastering is still going on. People are going to be watching these videos in a couple of years' time going, Alex, how's your plaster? And I'm like, it was done ages ago. It's a bit like when you watch YouTubers and you sort of watch their videos out of cycle and you watch a couple and then you go, hang on a minute, they've just got a lot older. So they'll be sort of referencing back to the past. So for those that have commented, hello Carol, hello Jolie, hello Gareth, hello Alan, hello Mark, hello Simon. Today's theme is about client commitment, and yesterday I had a fantastic conversation with one of our coaches, Alan Clark, in our business development zone. We've recently re-engineered the recruiting gym whereby we have different zones for different parts of the sales process. And the reason we've got that is that it allows individuals to get specific help for the need that they've got. So yesterday in the delivery zone, we ran one on how to get exclusivity from clients. And yesterday, what did we talk about yesterday, Alan? Yesterday, we talked about how to get online meetings. But when I was talking about client commitment for the delivery group yesterday, we were talking about how to get exclusivity. And it reminded me of something that Andy Hallett said yesterday, which is choosing which clients you're going to take with you. And one of the traps that we can fall into as the market improves, and I'm going to be as guilty of this. And so every day I do these things, and when I talk about sort of exclusivity or I talk about moving in your new direction, having the courage of execution, I think Andy called it. I'm trying to sort of coach myself at the same time. So yesterday I started planning to make sure I've got the courage of my convictions, because we're going to go fully online pretty soon. So, but client commitment is absolutely key. And one of the traps that I observed every single day when I was working with clients pre-COVID is that I would be working with recruiters and they'd be working a vacancy, and I'd go, out of 10, what's the likelihood of you converting that into a placement? Just gut feel. And out of 10, with 10 being definite and sort of 0 being never, you'd be amazed at the number of people that would say, 50-50. And 50-50 for me is just not good enough, because 50-50 in reality is probably 20%. It's probably 2 out of 10. And when I look at the recruiters that thrived in the old market, it was the ones that had the courage of their conviction, as Andy says, and they only worked with clients that were committed to working with them. A bit like as an economy, we've got addicted to cheap money. We get addicted to sugar. We get addicted to having everything now. Clients are addicted to working with recruiters with giving very little commitment in return. And one of the reasons is that recruiters have not had the courage to say, no, I don't want to do this. There's almost this never-ending sea of recruitment zombies that are looking to sort of smash themselves against the client's wall with the hope of getting in and getting some food. And it's just not going to help you out. There's a bit of French going on in the chat here. That's all I remember from the Tricolor books. But we must have courage to start picking the clients that we want to do business with, and because we've got to choose which clients we want to take to the next stage of our relationship with them. Now is the time to work that out. Now is the time to engage with your clients and talk to them about the type of relationship that they want with you going forward. You need clarity because in a market where there's loads of opportunities and loads of vacancies, filling 1 in 4 might work out. But where there's less opportunities, where placements take a little bit longer, You have less that are coming in on a day-to-day basis. Filling 1 in 4 might turn into 1 in 10, and you will die. If you're a business owner, you will fail. If you're a recruiter, you will fire yourself. Your boss won't do it. You will, because you'll realize you are not going to make placements and you are not going to get paid. And so my challenge for you today is to start talking to clients about what they want from their recruitment provider, to start talking to the ones that want a genuine partnership, the ones that want to work together rather than opposing each other. And if you can't find enough that want to work together, that then tells you the number of new clients that you need to go and find. It tells you about the amount of new business development that you need to do. It tells you about the number of new relationships that you need to have, the number of client meetings that you need. But hoping that you're going to make money through working a PSL that will have 15 suppliers on it, and if you don't get your CVs across in 2 minutes, you're going to fail, is not going to be the way to succeed. When we come out of lockdown, most agencies are going to be almost out of cash, and they're going to need to make placements within the first 4 weeks for the candidate to work their notice period for them to get paid in 30 days. And so every minute that you spend out of lockdown working a vacancy needs to be focused on clients that are actually committed to making a placement. Not someone that's willing to receive CVs or someone that's willing for you to put an advert online, someone that has committed to you that they want to help make a placement with you. And so let's think about how we do that and how we achieve that, because I just don't want to be on my soapbox. So the first step that I want you to think about when it comes to gaining more client commitment is ringing every client that you know. Start with the people that you do business with already, then go to the people that you've done business with in the past, and then go to the people that you're trying to do business with, the people that know you, but they haven't given you a chance yet. And I also want you to ask them one question. How does the way you currently recruit make you feel? When you recruit, how does that process make you feel? Because what we want to find clients that are unhappy with the status quo. We might explore that area. What is it that frustrates you about your current recruitment process? What is it that annoys you about working with agencies? What do you think the pros and the cons are of working with more than one agency at a time? We need to learn clients' dissatisfaction with the recruitment process. And we need to break our addiction. That's right. We need to break our addiction to thinking candidates are where the value lies in our service. Sure, they have some value, but the heart of an agency recruiter's value is our ability to improve the recruitment process, our ability to spread the net wider than the internal talent team will, because they will look at the quick wins, the job boards, the job advert responses. They might do a little bit of LinkedIn, but they're not going to go to the passive market. So we can help a client spread their net wider, and we can improve the recruitment process, but only if we know what they don't like about the status quo. As Andy said, courage of our convictions to execute the strategy is to find better business. You've all been in a trap where you know you can't do BD because you've got to make placements, and you've got to make placements because you didn't do enough BD. Call every client that you know and ask them, how does the recruitment process work for you? How do you feel about your recruitment process when you work with agencies? So that's the first step. The second step that I want you to then ask a client is, what would an ideal recruitment process look like for you? If you could rewrite the books, because we are effectively at a clean slate. You're not running fast. You're not recruiting at the moment. We have an opportunity, just like myself and Angela and Alan and the other coaches are talking about. This is a fresh start. You know, when you go into city centres at the moment, the air is clean because there's no cars, right? It's almost like the environment is being swept clean because we're just not really living the life that we led. Sell your client the opportunity of, well, if you were to start afresh, if we were to think of what a new normal would be, what would your ideal recruitment situation be? What are the things that you would want to put a stop to? Because what we've now done in those two questions is we've started like what annoys you, and we've started to get the client to imagine and use the word imagine, because the word imagine sparks creativity in people's minds. It makes people stop and think and go, oh, I wonder. Because day to day, we don't imagine. What we do is we solve problems. But most people have a little bit of time to imagine what new would look like. And so when you do step one and find out what they don't like, and you do step two and find out what that would be, you can then go to step three, which is, how would you feel about working out a way that we could create that reality together? How would you feel about working in partnership with us to define what recruitment looks like for you in a way that you don't have to, and then insert all the things that they're frustrating? So you get, and then insert all the things that they want. You demonstrate that you've listened, but you've also demonstrated the gap between where they are today and where they want to be in the future. You can help them bridge that gap. And just ask them, this isn't a sales pitch, right? This is a slow and low conversation. And what you're doing is you're wanting to talk to the client about reimagining how recruitment can work. Reimagining how the recruitment process can work. Because the fast and the furious doesn't work for you and it doesn't work for them. But no one's willing to admit that. And every client that says, yeah, I'd be willing to explore something, then start talking about how. Start talking about how that could happen. Share some of the things that you could do. So you might ask them, how would you feel if you gave us a head start of 24 hours on every opportunity? That might solve this problem, this problem, this problem. How would it help if we video screened every candidate? Could that solve this problem, this problem? Remember, it's got to be a balance of the things that you do and the things that you need in return. So in exchange for you video screening every candidate, will they give you 24 hours head start? Tools like Odro and Interview, when you look at their marketing pitch, is all about exclusivity. It's all about retained. And actually, what they're doing is using video to basically say, hey, let's give you a consultative service. Let us go back to what recruitment was like in the early 90s and the 80s, where we eyeballed every candidate that we worked with. We eyeballed every client that we worked with because we weren't allowed to represent a candidate if we hadn't met them. Everyone talks about the old school as if it's a bad school. There were so many fantastic things about recruitment in the 90s. All anyone focuses on is the sweatshops that a lot of agencies became. But at the beginning of the 90s, it was all about the relationship. And in fact, many agencies maintain that through to today. Yes, Simon, we are dipping our toes into the retained business debate, but actually we're not thinking about the service option yet. We're wanting to learn about what clients want. Do clients want to work in partnership? And your challenge today is to work with your clients and find clients that want to work out a different way, that want to define a new normal. Because if they don't, if they want to continue to go and give vacancies to 5 or 6 agencies in one go, if they don't want to talk to you over the phone, If all they want to do is a digital relationship and they don't want to give you feedback and they want low fees and they want to pay slowly, you've got to ask yourself, do you want that client to be part of the new normal? It won't pay you dividends. It might make you feel like you're in recruitment because you're sending CVs, but you will soon be out of recruitment because you will not be able to do enough deals. That's where those small local agencies that actually have been around a while, the ones that everyone says are dead because they're not niche, they're the ones that actually have physical relationships with their clients. Those are the ones where the clients actually feel that they're part of the same business ecosystem that support each other. I work with some clients, they haven't met a human being in years. We've just got to think about how we can reimagine that. And we reimagine it not just for our own business prosperity, but for how recruitment feels for those agencies and those recruiters that do work on a no-win, no-fee basis. Because it's just not sustainable. So spend some time today speaking to your clients and asking them to imagine a new normal. Simon has put a link there. I'm sure if we twist Simon's arm, he might put a deal code for the members of the recruitment stand-up. So yes, it's very kind of you, Simon. Thank you. Well done, Angela. But I'll leave you all be. Remember, clients, 2 questions. One is, how does your current recruitment process make you feel? Question 2, what do you want it to be? Question 3, how open are you to partnering with someone to work out what a new normal could be? Have a great day, everybody, and I will see you soon. And hopefully I'll see you in the gym. Bye.